As time's gone on, I've actually warmed up to Future's music quite a bit in comparison to what I initially thought of him when he first started to gain a lot of traction in the mainstream and have huge hits. Honestly, my perception of the genre as a whole has completely changed over the years since I've dug into more genres, explored more music styles, and my tastes have developed to only realize that Playboy Carti is pretty great. And Future as well. He has had so many amazing tracks over the years, which I didn't realize at first, and some pretty good projects overall too. I think there's more to his lyrics than people realize. He's not always just talking about money, drugs, alcohol, women, blah 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 blah, that kind of stuff that people always affiliate with mumble rap, because honestly he's never really talking about that kind of stuff in a positive way. He's never shining a light on these things. He's actually taking these things and talking about them in quite a dour way. And this new EP titled Save Me kind of gives away that mentality just by reading the name, but not only that, it might actually be one of his most saddest projects to date. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be like an EP that then becomes an album, similarly to how like Kevin Abstract released his project, but until that happens, I'm just going to treat this as an EP and talk about the tracks that we've been given here. And unfortunately, I'm just not getting much out of this EP, even though I can look at it from afar and really appreciate what he's going for here. But I just think not every element of this comes together very well. He slathers his voice in autotune in every track here, basically. The first few tracks, it kind of sounds ugly, and that's probably what he's going for here because of his hedonistic lyrics and his hedonistic lifestyle is probably perceived in an ugly way by many people, including himself, so I do get that artistic approach here, but it just doesn't really sound good to my ears. That's kind of the problem with this type of stuff, you know, like if what the artist is going for works in an artistic sense, it really needs to sound good, and I just don't really think these first few tracks sound good at all. The track Xanax Damage just kind of warbles along a little bit. It's a bit messy, it's a bit sloppily put together to me, and then the way it just ends abruptly, it just feels a bit weird, honestly. It could have gone on for a little bit longer. It doesn't really feel like a properly finished piece of music to me. The track St. Lucia is essentially Future bragging about how he gets girls and how he fucks them. But there's actually quite an underlying sadness to the lyrics here, because you can kind of see that the way he's singing and rapping on this track, it's kind of like as if to say, yes, I do all of these things, but deep down, this isn't how I want to live. I really love the way the track has this like underlying depressing feeling to it, because yes, I'm cocky, I can get all these girls, I get this Chinese girl and she's a 10 out of 10, you know, I cheat on a girl and she'll still feed me grapes, but there's just like that sort of like insecure bragging going on here, like, yes, I'm great, but actually deep down, I just want to be loved by someone. I just want to be with one person and have a like a strong, secure relationship. But again, it just sounds a bit meh, honestly, like the way he's singing on this track, auto-tune. There's like some like feedback that comes off in the background as well, like with the auto-tune, and it just sounds really ugly. It sounds very chipmunky. I just can't really bear to listen to it. It's not like this across every track though. I think the track Extra has the perfect amount of auto-tune and a decent amount of singing from Future as well, where it just doesn't really irk my ears the whole way through, so I can at least appreciate the sound of this track. Not only that, but the really like dark and atmospheric, like ambient-ish trap beat that's playing while he's like singing on this track just sounds really friggin' good. In fact, the beats across this entire thing might be the highlight of the whole thing for me, because just so many of them just have a great tone to them. They just match like his lyrics and how he's singing so well. It's just a shame that I feel like his voice throughout this thing is just wasted. The thing is that he's used auto-tune in the past before, and it's probably to mask the fact that he might not be the best singer, but I don't really think it's ever really been like this heavy. Like, it's not usually completely taken over the track to the point where you can't really get a sense of Future's identity. I'd say Shotgun is the only track here that I'd say you really do get a sense of his emotions. It's incredibly euphoric the way he sings on this track. It almost feels like a dream pop, like shoegaze type song with the way it sounds, honestly. It's quite a beautiful track. Again, it's very dark and got quite an ambient tone to it, but I just feel like this is one of the few moments where everything comes together and it just sounds blissful. It is quite a shame that this is about the only moment on the whole EP where I feel like just everything comes together, you know, this cloudy atmosphere really works in his favor with his voice. It just doesn't do it on every track, unfortunately. I just really feel like he can meld his vocals better with the songs, honestly, like to fit the tone of the track, to not stand out in an ugly-ish way. I think he's done it before in the past and it's worked so much better than what it's doing here. I can certainly ride with a track like Please Tell Me because it's just a straight up Future trap banger. Like it's just Future doing what he does well, and there's not really much here that I can say is done poorly. He's probably done like a near 1,000 of these at this point, but even for what it is, I still think it works just as an individual track. But yeah, overall I think this is just a little bit meh, to be honest. Like I said, I don't usually score EPs on this channel, but overall I'm just kind of whatever on this. Interested to see what he does later on, but he probably should take a break. I mean, how much bloody music does he put out each year? It's crazy. If the fans want it, that's fine, the fans enjoy it, but man, if he took a break and really honed in his sound, he could put out an amazing project, but this is just kind of whatever for me. But let me know your thoughts on this EP, Save Me, if you like it more than I did. That's cool. Tell me why, if you think the same as me. Also tell me. Thank you for watching, have a good day, and goodbye.